Even after the election, the New York Times ran a story about Hispanic men and how many of them broke in greater numbers for Donald Trump than they did in previous elections. And they seem to be perplexed by that because they just assume that because a person has a Spanish surname, a Spanish last name, that they should automatically vote for the Democratic Party. And that's because they've bought into the myth of identity politics. Identity politics treats people as primarily as members of particular groups rather than as individuals.
I want to circle back a little bit to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris because I just think it's important. And I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball. A reporter for the Washington Post reached out to me this week. He's working on a story on Tucker Carlson. And he was told that, hey, Jason Whitlock's a black guy that would be willing to talk about Tucker Carlson. And I'm sure they assumed I'd be willing to defend Tucker Carlson because I actually like Tucker Carlson. I like his show. I certainly like his monologues that he opens the show with. I think everybody should watch his opening monologues. He's talking about some of the most important stuff going on in America. I think that the left, stream media, the CNN and MSNBC and they've defined him as racist and dangerous. And mostly what I've been able to glean from him is like, man, this dude will tell the truth and he don't care how it lands. And one of the things he's been doing, this is how it relates to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, he's really hard on Kamala Harris. I mean, he's battering Kamala Harris when he did a whole show, I think, either early this week or late last week. The entire show was just battering Kamala Harris. And so I'm sure, and I didn't return this Washington Post writer's phone call because I don't trust the Washington Post. I've been mischaracterized, smeared by the Washington Post, obvious distortions, lies written about me in the Washington Post. So I'll be willing to maybe do an email interview with him so I have a written transcript of what I say. But I didn't respond to the guy's phone call because I know they want to write a story, Tucker Carlson's racist. And how it connects to this is like, Joe Biden put her in the crosshairs for people to say she's unqualified by his statements of, I'm just going to hire a black woman. And again, just like you said, if he had come out and said, I'm going to hire the best person and then chose Kamala Harris, hey, that's you can question his judgment and his evaluation, but you can't question his motive. And so to me, Joe Biden and the way he went about it and the way identity politics works and the way the left works, they put black people in the crosshairs so that their qualifications can be publicly questioned. Joe Biden fired the first shot at Kamala Harris. Hell, they fired shots at each other. She called him racist during the debates. And so everybody wants to be upset with Tucker Carlson. Nobody wants to hold Joe Biden accountable for the shit he did.